Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be doing another episode of creating a solar system around the largest star, Stephenson, however you want to say it, 218. So last episode we made a good start. We gave it a little we gave it a sister star actually being the smallest star. So we've got the largest and smallest star in the binary here. So here's our lineup so far. So we've also got our two main stars. We've gone for a brown dwarf object over here. So if we just zoom in here, it's a nice like dark sort of reddish colours. We've got a nice brown dwarf there. We haven't put anything around the brown dwarf yet, so I definitely want to try and get that today. Then we've got a gas dwarf here. We've got another gas dwarf. Then we've got another gas dwarf even further out, so a colder one. And then we've got three rocky planets so far. So we've got Korot 7b. We've got Trantor, which is one of the worlds we built last time. That I'm really liking the way that one has turned out with lights on it. It looks insane. But yeah, if we just get a lineup of them all actually, so we can view them instead of looking in the menu there. So we zoom all the way in, so we've got our smallest red dwarf star, we've got our brown dwarf, then we've got our rocky world. So what even is this? Yeah, that's actually quite a large world. Then we've got our two sulfur dwarfs, and then onto the rockies, we've got Korot, we've got Trantor, and then we've got our even smaller sulfur gas dwarf at the back here. So overall, very cool lineup so far. So if we just do that now, where shall we begin building today? Well, I definitely want to start going around our brown dwarfs. We've got two objects around our red dwarf so far. So yeah, I would like to head to our red dwarf, or brown dwarf. I'm getting all the colours mixed up now. So yeah, this is a red brown dwarf. So yeah, let's go ahead and turn it off. And then let's just immediately get started, get cracking with objects to add. So let's turn it off. Right, open it all up so we can see. What do we think we should add around here? I'm thinking maybe one of our deluxe objects, but which one? Because we do have quite a lot of them. I'm thinking maybe the grayscale. I want to try the grayscale. Well, that's a lot bigger than our brown dwarf. That may not be a bad or a good idea, putting a gas giant around a brown dwarf, actually, because this thing doesn't have the most mass ever. So actually, I'm going to go with one of our gas dwarfs again. So if I just search up gas dwarf, I'm going to go with this one here from a few competitions ago. I do not want to delete it. No. I would like to, yes, press that one. So let's put our gas dwarf. I mean, it's only a brown dwarf. It's not going to be crazy. But let's put, yeah, our gas dwarf from one of the previous competition videos around our brown dwarf. So there's our brown dwarf, and there's our little gas dwarf here. So this is one of the ones you guys sent in here. So if we just look underneath the atmosphere and stuff, so that's what it looks like underneath. So pretty weird, but obviously clouds. It's a gas dwarf at the end of the day. And what we can do as well, we could customize it. So right now it's got a blue atmosphere, but we could always change it to make it look a little more interesting. So, I mean, what colours could we go with? I mean, yellow looks quite good. Green, definitely not. I'm not buying the blues either, so yeah, I'm thinking it's got to be a yellowy sort of orange, maybe a sort of darker, more palish shade, but I'm thinking something like that possibly. I think the orange is a little too bright, so that's white, orange, darker orange. I mean, maybe the darker, maybe just a slight atmosphere. I'm not really sure. I don't want to do red, I don't want to yellow. I think it's definitely got to be in the sort of orange area, but I think, yeah, I'm definitely going to tone that down. So that's our gas dwarf. It does look a little red, so we're just going to give it a slight more yellow tint to it. So there we go. So that's our gas dwarf. I will roll with that. Happy with the way that's looking. So yeah, I'll leave it the way it is, and then trail, we'll give it just a nice like golden sort of shade right there. So there's a gas dwarf, another gas dwarf there, so looking good. And yeah, orbiting our good old red brown dwarf. God, that is really going to confuse me saying that all the time. But let's actually land on the higher cloud layer here. And we do have like a custom sky now. One of the features in the newer updates is the sky color actually appears. So if we actually just turn off all our labels and stuff, so there's our obviously our parent star Stephenson. Over there, got the monstrous looking red clouds on our, obviously if we look below, that's just all the gas underneath, but yeah, that upper cloud layer. So where is our brown dwarf? There you go. So that's our main parent, actually the brown dwarf, since we are orbiting that. So imagine that in the sky, just a dim little red dot in a red sky. So it's quite hard to, not the biggest thing ever. I mean, the main star still a lot more dominant in the sky, but even though it's a lot further away. So yeah, looking good. So yeah, one object around a gasser red so far. So very happy with the way that is looking. Put orbits back on. Right. I'm thinking probably we can definitely sneak in another object around here. So we've had a lot of gas dwarfs so far. So how about a good old Venus-like object? I do like including those in. So a Venus-like object. So what sort of colours could we go with? We've still got these bright objects here. So I wouldn't mind trying to sneak one of those in. Which one though? Could try... What does bright 2 look like? Let's place this here. So what does this object look like? Does it appear... I don't know if it's functioning or not. Yeah, I think it's broken from updates in the game, so that has broken it, unfortunately. What about this yellow one? So yeah, it is pause, I guess. I'll just place this in and see which one of these actually works. So the yellow one, yeah, we saw from a previous episode as well, that doesn't work. We've got a lime green one, also doesn't work. Light blue one, that's looking quite good. Then a dark sort of blue, it's not functioning. And then we have a purple one, also not functioning. So that's a shame. And then we have a white one, also broken. So that whole list of objects, all there, all broken. We've got this blue object. That still works. So we can definitely have a play with that as well. So I think I will use the bright 4 object here. So here it is. So obviously first appearance, it's got to be an icy cold world. So let's see what this gets. So let's place it there. Yep, so it's all a bit of the brown dwarf. It shouldn't have any interruptions with the other ones. It's 7 masses of Earth. This one over here is 0.6. I do want to lower that mass a bit because that is a little too much for my liking. So we're going to go with 0.9 Earths, that's fine. I'll see there's our brown dwarf there. Right, now onto the appearance of the object itself. And actually, while I'm here, before we customize it and start breaking things, I will throw a save in just in case. Let's give it a new picture. There we go. So let's do that. Looking good. Right, now we can get on to customizing this guy. So I'm obviously going to leave it relatively stock because it's already pre-built for us. I need to... The edit... Where's the edit button? The edit button's moving, and I'm sure it was here. It was next to the add button, wasn't it? It's gone. Tools, edit. It's going to be annoying having to... Can I drag this? Yes, I can. Right, can I... Yeah, let's add it back to where it should be. I don't know why it disappeared, but yeah, we've got edit mode back. Looking good. Okay, cool. So yeah, you have to drag them out now, which is really weird. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's fine. Just yeah, close out for now. Right, now we can just edit it. So what does the world look like? We can see some weird ice glitches here, but obviously I'm guessing if I make it a gas giant, it's just going to completely ruin the tint it has. So we can't turn it into a gas giant or anything to reset the surface. It's got some water on it. So how does the water look? Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Can we click play? Okay. If we can get oceans to work on this, this will look awesome. So let's just add the oceans in. Let it sort itself out. Oh, it does look cool. So if we just look underneath all of the clouds, snow, turn it all off, you can see it's very, very reflective and bright still, because that's just the way it was built in this game file. City lights. Oh, city lights as well. Are they functional? Always. See, city lights just seem to be not working at the moment. When you click the regular ones, they're hardly visible. But the Earth ones are really, really bright at the moment. So we could try having an Earth one flipped upside down, or something, just so it looks a little more less Earth-like. I mean, let's tilt it on the side. I mean, that you can't really see it as Earth as easy doing that. So we'll leave it like that. It does look really weird with the way the oceans are filled out, but I guess that just makes it even more strange than it already was. So actually, why don't we flood it up a little bit more? So yeah, we'll make it quite an ocean. We can actually have it as a sort of colonized world, actually. So have it as quite an ocean heavy. Obviously, you've got some bits of land, and then the city lights show up. Obviously, you can't really work out it's an Earth city light anymore. So I'll leave that the way it is. That is fine. Obviously, if we add our clouds and stuff back on, snow, it doesn't really matter. I'll leave that switched off. Right, now we can actually try and colonize it. So let's just check its surface. Has it got its atmosphere stat? So what is it? So okay, so let's go to 180M. Boost that up. Oh, and that adds our clouds on. There you go. Right. And that may have just broken our... Oh, there's the oceans. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, so really have to be careful with the amount of water we click on. That's too much land. Yeah, I want to have a more ocean heavy. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. It's annoying how it goes in percentage now. That is rather peculiar. Just try and get this exactly the way we want it. 0.2. Okay. Yes. Okay, that's looking slightly better. So let's just rotate it around. So we've got a nice chunk of land there. That's way too much land. So you can see that's where South America was, or that's where it is with the light map. But yeah, I'm going to leave it as an ocean heavy world. I don't want to keep messing around with it, but I wouldn't mind the lights showing up a little more than that. Can we maybe give the lights a reshuffle? Will it work always? No, that's not going to have it. No, I guess we can make them brighter though. Oh, electric sort of blue lights. Now that does look good. You can see some weird dots showing up. I don't know what that's all about, but okay. Well, there's some more lights as well. And actually, let's see. Is this thing actually rotating right now? Rotational period 11 days. Orbital period. So 11 days. Let's go to 1 day. So it's quite Earth-like sort of stats. It does look really good, I have to say. I'm very happy with the way it is looking there. But yeah, very ocean heavy. We can also obviously give our clouds a resurface. I'm not going to change the surface colours because it's already tinted. Cloud colour. It's got to be a bluish, very friendly looking blue. We can have like a deeper blue atmosphere. Oh yeah, that's looking... I'm liking that. We'll see what other colours. Yellowish clouds do look quite good. We can have it as like a sort of Ooh, yellowy green clouds. I think that could look quite nice. And then atmosphere color. So any changes you want to make to that? I mean, it's already could have a green. Oh, the green does look good. So we could have like a turquoisey. Yes, yes, I'm liking that. So it's a very like electric blue and green sort of world here. I think the ice is showing up against. Let's just turn that off. Yeah, we don't want none of that. Oh no, that's just the land actually. That's just a natural land color. Okay, that's fine. So it's like a tropical sort of, yeah, archipelago. I mean, there's not much. There's one sort of big continent here, and the rest of it is mainly ocean. So it's a very ocean-heavy world. But yeah, overall, very happy with the way that is looking there. So yeah, looking good. Awesome stuff. And then obviously what we can do as well, we can actually land on our little, our big. This is probably the capital city area. I'd say it's the biggest city on the map. But if we look down, the atmosphere color doesn't really show up much. But is it because there's obviously our main star? The atmosphere's not really showing up. You can see a slight green sort of tint actually on the horizon there. Okay, so let's just pause it, labels off and all that. So it's obviously main star, brown dwarf star, both stars in the sky. Fairly similar size now as well, since we are closer to brown dwarf than the other one. But yeah, very, very happy with the way this bright 4 has turned out. So it's nothing like what it used to be, but I think it looks great. So there we go. Let's let that all save. So we've got a very nice Earth-like world, 19.6 degrees. It's already comfortable. If that changes, we can always go back and fix it. But yeah, for now, that is looking great. So yeah, we'll leave that. So we've got our bright 4 Earth-like world. Then we've got our gas dwarf next object out. Quite warm here at 99 degrees as well. So there's 2 objects around our red, or brown dwarf. So we've got 2 objects around there now. Yeah, one of them's even a habitable world, which is pretty neat. Very nice ocean world there. And then moving on, what do we want to add next? I do want to try and add one of the ones from the last competition video. So Epsilon, Erdene B here. I do want to sneak one of those in somewhere. But not around the brown dwarf, that's for sure. Let's try and sneak it in. This is Siren's one. I really did like the way this one looked. Let's try and sneak this in. I don't want to have it much further out than our red dwarf. I guess we could have it sort of closer to Stephenson. How about there? So let's place it here. It's got, yeah, a lot more higher up orbit here. So how's this looking? So here it is. Yes, this one, I really, really like the way this is looking. Also, we can tilt it on its side. Yes, let's do that. Yeah, what do you think of that? That is a gorgeous looking one. I love the blending from the yellow to the dark red in the middle, all the way to the yellow again. I think that's a great looking world. And yeah, in orbit of Stephenson now. So, big star, looking good. And actually, while we're here, let's add some moons. So I don't have to come back at another time. We can get all the whole sort of setup done at once. So what do we want to add around here? I'm thinking, ooh. Definitely nothing made of gas. Definitely, it's got to be rocky. Where was that one I was looking at earlier? I wonder if this gold planet still functions. Let's have a peek. Let's see. Place it there. Does this world function still? Yes, it does. Right. Oh, yeah. Look at that. In orbit of that. That is a gorgeous looking object. So, all right. Now, also what we need to do as well. We need to... Actually, I'm going to replace that. Because it needs to be done in a certain way. Right. So... Gonna do that. There we go. So it's sort of in line with the planet's equator. So go all the way down here, and that's a little better in line. We'll rotate the main planet a bit just to match it. So yeah, roughly like that. That's okay. That's fine. So there we go. Gold world, obviously already pre-built for us. It's made by Gigaman from an old version of the game. Obviously looking gorgeous already. I mean, there's nothing we need to do it. It's already perfection if you ask me. We can add some lights to it though to make it look a little more sweet. So always, yeah. Light map on. We can make the colour brighter. I'm not seeing any lights though, which is quite annoying. Well, let me guess. If I click Earth, they just show up like crazy. No, they don't. Okay, I'm guessing it just doesn't want to have lights, or is it because it's got oceans on it? Maybe that may be why. So if I remove the oceans, there's your lights. So now if I add the stuff back on, how does it look? Yep, looks fine the way it is. Okay, cool. So it's got a nice pile of lights on it too. So that's a pretty cool world. So gold, click play, and yeah, she'll sit around our planet from Siren there. So that's looking good. How long does it take to rotate? So quite a slow world. 2 months to orbit Siren. Really? It takes 2 months to go around that? Wow, okay, and then 2.67 months to rotate. So quite a slow rotation period. Let's go to 2.3 days. There, it's a little faster. So actually should move now. So if we speed up, there you go. So it's turning. How's the main planet doing? So is this a really 9.54 Jupiter? So it's a really large planet. And then what we can do as well is let's make it like Jupiter itself. Let's go for about 10, no, not 10 days, 10 hours to make it quite a fast rotator. There you go. So it's looking good. And obviously gold is in orbit of that now. So looking good. And then interface, we just have this nice bright gold colour, looking good. So yeah, that's in orbit of that. So we've got the bright gold moon. Right, and then I think we can add probably another 2 objects around here. So what else have we got? Kepler 22b. Yeah, we could sleep Kepler, the original Kepler 22b, and this one's from the game itself, this version. So we've got a custom trail. I never gave it that trail. That's what the game always had it as a unique object you used to be able to get. Right, so here it is, and it's already pre-built. It's an all ocean world, so nothing we need to do to it. I think we do need to change its incline a bit. So let's just try and get it in line with the gold object. Yeah, that's almost there. A tad more. No, just somewhere roughly there. That's going to be quite hard to do. 27. What about go 26? 25. Then I do need to just get that perfectly. There you go. That's, yeah, happy with that. And yeah, already pre-built for us. Kepler 22b. So that's looking good. So it's 36 masses of Earth. Looking good. I do want to make it smaller. 36 Earth masses is a little too large for my liking. I'm going to lock that, and then we'll put it down to 1.5 because that is a... I did see its orbit was changing a bit, so I don't want it interfering with the gas giant. It's only got 0.5 Jupiters, only 185 Earths, so I didn't want it interfering with that in any way. But yeah, there you go, Kepler 22b. Hopefully it just stays the way it is, 0 degrees. I mean, it's warming up. That's fine with me, so as long as it stays like that, that's cool. What we can do as well, though, we can give it a slightly more interesting atmosphere, I guess. Make a nice sort of bluer, sort of Earth-like blue, I guess. There we go. And we can change the oceans on the Kepler 22. Make it a really ocean sort of blue-looking world. There you go. Obviously, white clouds. I'll leave them the way they are. There we go. So a slightly enhanced version of Kepler 22b there. So looking good. Fully ocean specced out. Very nice indeed. So we've got those 2. Right, now I think we need some generic moons because we've added a lot of fancy stuff. I'm not seeing any boring generic stuff. So we need some... I think we do need some more sort of generic worlds in here. So what we can do is go some random Rockies. We're going to spawn in about 3 of them. Let's put them a little further out. So there we are, and then the furthest one out we'll put all the way over here. Right, and then these worlds just going to be generic. So I'm going to go with grey, dull, cold, stuff like that. So there we go, 0 degrees. That should just get nice and cold if the star can't support it. Same with this world. We can actually keep it as like a... We can have this one as a darker colour, like a dark sort of Callisto, sort of brownish shade. How about that? And that colour as well. Make it more grey. So that's more of a dull world. Over here, very dark here. But yeah, I'll have this one as a very reflective ice world. How about that? Oh, what's going on over here? Why is it still... I've put all the colours to... Yeah, all the colours are correct. What's going on here? That should all be white now. What? That's pretty peculiar, isn't it? Huh. That's very weird. Surface colours... I don't know what. That had some weird sort of thing going on it. I don't know what. That is weird, isn't it? I don't know what's... That seems a little strange. I don't know what's going on. The customization doesn't seem correct. Let's delete that. Let's spawn a different one in. It almost like it had a special texture for it. Oh, no, hang on. Let's go back to the planet. Right, then try that again. So this is the furthest world out. Oh, the planet's smoking up. That is not a good sign. Right. We do need to give it a buff in mass in that case. Oh, look at those bands. They look great. But yeah, we'll go just one Jupiter. One Jupiter should easily be enough to... Okay, that's changed its orbit a bit. How are we looking? No, the orbit's fine. Good stuff. Right, so we'll just have to do our moons once more. So we need to turn off, put the eccentric. This will just needs to go back to 0. Oh, that gold world is a little closer. Oh dear. Right, we need to probably have a little fix there. 0. So if I click auto orbit, it will change them too much. So I just want to have that back the way it was. And in this world, actually, we can just make you eccentric, put you back to 0, and then increase it slightly more. There you are. And then this last moon, yeah, we can put you in a tad more as well. But have it on a slight, I think a slight incline would actually look quite good there. So, an eccentric, we'll go 0.2. There you go. All right, and then back to gold. I do want to buff you out a bit because you are a little close to my liking. So step a little further away there. Right, looking good. So we've got gold, Kepler 22b, and then onto the boring moons. We've got Salby there. This will just be just white Akam over here. This was like the dark sort of Callisto, sort of brownish shade. And then over here we have Adele, or Idel. And this one's actually got an atmosphere. Okay, I'll let it have its atmosphere, but it's still going to be quite a cold world underneath. And to enhance the cold will make the albedo go up. So it's a very reflective world. This should be getting very cold. 0 degrees. That should definitely be dropping now. And actually, let's see how much atmosphere pressure it actually had. So, where are we? No, that's energy flow. Another atmosphere. Yes, okay, 0.4 ATM, but yeah, it's not going to be enough to hold much atmosphere. And now without that albedo, and then white 8 atmosphere on it. There we go. So that will start dropping cold now. Or it's actually warming up, or maybe it's still close enough for the star. I mean, it's still quite a big star. So yeah, maybe it's close enough to hold on to the heat, which is quite cool actually. So there we go. That one's getting colder. Gas are red. I don't want to go over there. Let's head back to Sirens well quickly. Yeah, we're giving it a nice bunch of moons to go with it. Very happy with the way that has turned out. So yeah, so if we just look in the lineup, so we have the planet itself. We've got gold, Kepler 22b, and our 3 more generic moons to go with it there. So looking good. Happy with the way that is looking. Right, how are we doing? So back to the inner. This will be sort of the inner solar system where Sirens object ends. That'll be our sort of inner area. So we've got Korot, definitely no moons to you. Sulfur Dwarf, no moons to you. I'll add maybe 1 moon around Mr. Mistlot's one since it is slightly bigger. Or the Tiley Lock one as well. We've got to have a moon tilted like Uranus on this then. What could we add around it that could be interesting? It's got to be a hot rocky world because yeah, you wouldn't be able to have a nice colonized world at this sort of distances really. So what are we thinking? Let's see, anything that meets the eye, anything at all. We could do another sort of gas dwarf that really changes settings possibly. That could be quite a good idea. One of the bright objects. We had this blue. Actually, I do want to have a look at this one. So I'm going to place it here. We need to make it a lot smaller, though, because this gas dwarf is also very small. So this needs to be made miniature size. So we're going to half that, half it again, half it again. Very small world there. Okay, that should happily orbit around the sulfur dwarf now. I do want to pause it and then change its orbit. So it needs, I want it to incline all like that. Yep. So it needs to be tilted on its side. So somewhere like this. And I need to do that. There we go. So it's line up roughly with the planet's equator there. There you go. Okay, I'm happy with that. So yes, kind of like one of Uranus's moons now. All the way up here. So there we go. It's in orbit. Looking good. Right. So onto the colours here. Right. Atmosphere. What colours can we go? Right. Oh, okay. This is tinted blue. This is definitely tinted blue because it's not working with any other colours. Atmosphere. I mean, what does it look like underneath that atmosphere? So, yeah, okay, it's a blue Venus, okay. But what I'll do is I'm actually just going to reset it, go for a fresh sort of world, give it its atmosphere back. There we are. Okay, so got, yeah, it's a tinted Venus, isn't it? So, right, and an atmosphere. What sort of atmosphere? I mean, I'm thinking like a Venus sort of, I don't want Venus Titan sort of shade, I don't want any blue-green. It's got to be a more sort of dangerous sort of looking world. So let's go like a sort of deep sort of red. Scarlet sort of red, so something like that. Definitely no liquid water, we don't need to change that. White clouds, doesn't really matter what colour they are. I mean, they're not really going to be visible, so let's go with white clouds. It's not going to be called blue anymore though, I just called it red. So there we go, and yeah, that is an orbit of obviously gas dwarf down there. So 1 little moon for our gas dwarf. Interface has now got to be red for sure. And yeah, there we go, so that's looking good. And this world should heat up now, I'm guessing 0 degrees. That should get pretty warm. We'll give it a Venus-like sort of... Oh, it already has 2,900 ATM. Okay, this thing should just go crazy. This thing should skyrocket with that sort of thing. Albedo will learn it all the way down, so that should be absorbing a lot more heat now. Put it to 500 maybe. Can it hold 500? I mean, at this distance to the star, this thing should easily be getting those higher temperatures going. So let's see, can it hold it? I mean, it should I think it definitely should be at this sort of range. How are we looking? No? Is it just going to sit at 500? Surely not. Looks really cool around its parent planet. Oh, it's warming up. Okay, cool. So it can hold it. Right, now what I want to do is I want to make it a little closer to our parents. Let's make it... There you go, sir. Yes! That's looking good. Right, it just needs to be a little more in line, no. I don't want to auto-orbit. No, no, no. Right, eccentric. I want that on 0. So I just need to get the incline perfectly right. Yeah, and there you go. So that is, yeah, orbiting exactly like a moon would orbit Uranus, pretty much. I think it may be a retrograde. Is it a retrograde orbit? Is it orbiting opposite to the planet's rotation? Let's see. Yes, it's orbiting in an opposite direction to its parent planet's rotation. So we can see at this world is turning left right now, but the moon is going around. Yeah, so this is turning anti-clockwise, but this moon is going clockwise. So we've got a bit of retrograde action going on there. But yeah, there you go. So 1 moon around it, looking good. So there we are. Right, so we've got 1 moon around there, and then next object out is Siren's object there. So we've done that. We've got Trantor next body out. So this is one we did last episode. Let's see how you are doing. 32 degrees, that's fine with me. It's all frozen up with the stupid ice stuff, so let's just quickly go ahead and just turn the snow off. There you go, so that's how it should look. Right, looking good. And also it has purple oceans as well, so that's maybe why they're a little hard to spot. You can see it's got like the Earth City light map on it as well. Looking very nice indeed. Where's our oceans gone? Oceans? Oh, the oceans disappeared. Okay, let's add them back then. Well, I don't know why they disappeared. That's quite annoying, but let's give it its water back. So let that sort itself out. Yeah, whenever you save and reopen Sims, the water always changes on stuff. It's really annoying at the moment. And then we've got our red gasser out here looking good. Then we've got our red dwarf from all the way out there that already have planets around it. So we've got a nice list of stuff added for today now. So that's looking quite good. So I think I add maybe one more object. I want to go back to the red dwarf and add one more object to finish up for today's episode. So we've got what if he needs this right here. This is actually the largest object here at the moment. So I do want to make that smaller. And yeah, I do want to half all of its stats down because it is a lot. It's way too big for my liking. So yeah, there we go. It's a lot smaller now. Right, so yeah, I want to add one object around here. So we've got that and a sulfur gas dwarf. I'm thinking a very cold reflective world. So do I have any of the bright... Does my custom iris still work? Let's see, does this work? I want to see if this works. It should be very bright and reflective when I freeze it. So right now it's not even... that's not actually right. Come on, minus 200, play. What are you doing, Iris? Come on. So that's what it looks like underneath. No, you're not going to do it? Oh, that's quite annoying. That is quite annoying. Why has it got oceans? It shouldn't be doing that. Come on. Oh, no. Where's that freeze button? I actually want the freeze button for a change. Freeze. Ah, it just does that. Yeah, it used to be a lot brighter. Maybe it's because we're far from the star. What if I put view mode on, for instance? Okay, no, it's broken. Ah, it's quite a shame. But yeah, I will leave it. I do want like the frozen sort of appearance to it. So I'm going to leave that. I'll give it an atmosphere as well. Why not? Give it a little, just a nice little one. So ATM and go 0.3 really. So yeah, a bit of a nice little white atmosphere going on for it. City lights, we can have sort of, I guess we can have like a base on it. So illuminate always. I don't see no lights. What do you mean always? There's no lights there. Let me guess. As soon as I click Earth. No, not even if I click Earth. Is it because I've got... Ah, there you go. It's because I had that switched on. Right, let's see if the normal lights actually work. Come on. They're so dim. Why is that? That's really annoying. Why are you doing that, game? They're just so dim. I mean, I guess... Yeah, all right, fine. I'll leave it like that. It's just like a little base. Little colony on it. So... Yeah, we'll have a... Try and get a nice parlour. I mean, there's not... The lights are so dim, though. Which is... rather frustrating. But yeah, we'll have a... Yeah, oh my god, you can really hardly see them. But yeah, as soon as you go Earth, I mean, they're everywhere. Look at that. But yeah, back on there. I wish the regular lights were a lot brighter. They need to be, I think. So let's just get them. I'll just leave it with that. Okay, that's fine. Yes, we've got Iris out here. So a nice little frozen world. Just chilling on the edge of the system around our last star at the moment. So yeah, there we go. But that does it for today's episode of making a system around Stephenson, the largest star currently known. So let's go ahead and get that simulation saved. And yeah, guys, if there's any stuff you think I should add to this simulation, let me know down below in the comments. Any planets, moons, planet ideas, just let me know what I could add down below in the comments. And yeah, they're all said and done. Let's see if we can go for 40 likes for today's video, guys, for part 2 of making the system. And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you're new. Helps on the journey to 19,000 subscribers. And yeah, guys, with that all said and done, make sure you all have a great day out there. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.